Hello, today is Wednesday the 3rd of February and here are the answers to the morning maths questions. Question number 1, take 140 away from 621. So once again, we'll do these in two steps. So if we take away 100, we get, we get 500. Let's do that properly. We get 521. And then if we take away another 40, then we get 481. So the answer is 481, so we can cross out 521. And then the last one, the second one, is 739. So 739, take away 100 is of course 639. That's fairly straightforward. And then if we take away another 40, then we get to 599. Now this is fairly interesting because 39 is very nearly 40. Now if that was 640 and we took away 40, we would get exactly 600. But it's a little bit less than it's one less than 640, so therefore the answer is one less than 600, and that's where the 599 comes from. Okay, question number 2, multiply these numbers by 10. So these are fairly straightforward, so I'll go through these fairly quickly. So 2,530 and then 1,530. And for the second one, for the third one, 1,430, 1430, and for the last one, 6,540. So therefore that's the answer to those questions. Right. Question number 3, divide by 100. Now this is you have to be a little bit careful with these because you've got to think about pounds and pence. So I think what we'll do is we will consider these numbers in a place value table. So remember, when you divide by 100, what you do is any digit that's in the hundreds column moves 2 places into the ones column. So therefore the 100 there, that would end up as being £1. Now the 30, if you move it one column, it goes into the ones, and if you move it into the next column, then what you do is it goes the other side of the decimal point. And remember, with money, the decimal point makes the difference between, or separates is the word I'm looking for. The decimal point separates the pounds, which is on the left hand side of the decimal point, with the pence, which is on the right hand side of the decimal point. So £130 divided by 100 is £1.30. Okay, so that's the first one. Now £170. Let's start with the 100 first. 100, the digit 1, that will move 2 columns. So therefore that will now move into the ones column. So we put a pound sign there and we put 1 there, and because it's in the ones column, the thing next to it is going to be the decimal point. And remember, the decimal point separates the pounds on the left from the pence on the right. Okay, now the 7, if we move it 2 places, well, we can move it 1 place so that it's in the ones column, and then we move it another place. Now that's going into the 10 pence column. So therefore we put a 7 there and a 0 there. So that is £1.70. And then finally we've got 390. Well, you should be able to do this fairly easily by now on your own. So the 300 goes into the 3 column. Then we have a decimal point to separate the pounds and the pence. Then we've got the 9, which represents 9 10 pences, so 90p, and then we've got the 0 for the placeholder. Okay, so the next question is subtract 786 pence from £26.53. So we've got the subtraction sign there. Remember, the main thing you've got to remember here is to make sure that the 7, the 8 and the 6 go in the correct columns. So 6 goes in the ones column, 8 goes in the tens column, and 7 goes back in the ones column, but this of course is the ones column for pounds. Okay, so this one on the right hand side is the ones column for pence, so this represents 1 pence, and this is the ones column for pounds, so therefore that represents £1. Okay. Now, the actual subtraction itself shouldn't be too difficult. 3 take away 6, well, we can't do 3 take away 6, so therefore we are going to need to exchange, oops, not a 6, that should be going the other way around, so that becomes a 4. Okay, so there were 5 10-pence pieces, now there's only 4 10-pence pieces, and we'll put a 10-pence piece in this column here. So if there's a 10 and 3 ones, that makes 13p. So 13 take away 6 is of course 7. Okay, now 4 take away 8. This of course is 4 10 pences take away 8 10 pences, which is 40, take away 80. Once again, we can't do this, so therefore we have to take a pound, and we say, right, okay, if we take a pound from you, you're going to be left with £5 there, and then we need to put a pound in this column, which means that instead of it being 4 10-pence pieces, there will now be 14, okay, because we're adding 10. So 14 take away 8 is 6, so that represents 67 pence. The decimal point, as ever, goes there to separate the pence on the right from the pounds on the left. Right, we've got £5 here, and we're trying to take away 7. Can't do that, so therefore we'll take the 2 and we'll make that a 1. Now that 2 represents 20, so now that 1 represents 10, so now we've got £10. So what we do is we put a 1 in front of the 5, so instead of having £5 in this column here, we've now got £15. Okay, so the number is exactly the same, we've just moved it around a bit. 15 take away 7 is of course 8, so we put the 8 just there, and then 1 take away 0 is of course just 1, so the answer is £18.67. That is the that is what's left when we subtract 786 from £26.53. Okay, back to question number 5. Calculate 9.5 meters, take away 342 centimeters. So these are getting harder and harder each week. Anyway, let's start with the meters. First thing we've got to do is we've got to convert all of that into centimeters. 9 meters is of course 900 centimeters. So we could start to write 900, but we're not going to put the 2 zeros in, because half a meter, by now everybody should know that half a meter is 50 centimeters, 50 centimeters. So now we can put the 50 in. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take away 342, and we're going to do it step by step. So first of all, we'll take away 300 centimeters. Well, this is the hundreds column. 9 take away 3 is 6, so therefore the first part would be 650 centimeters. So that's done, that's taken away 300. Now we need to take away the 40. Well, 650 take away 40 is of course 610. So we can get rid of that, and we can say, right, now we've done the 4. Now we're going to take away another 2 centimeters. Well, 10 take away 2 is 8, so therefore it's not 610, it's 608. And surely everybody knows that the way you write 608 is 6 and a 0 and an 8, like that. And that finishes question 5. So finally we have question 6. Right, horizontals first. So we've got a question mark there. We've got a horizontal 11 there, and we've got a horizontal 9 there. And the 9 and the 11 add up together to make, of course, 20. So that bottom line of the hexagon, of the rectilinear shape, that bottom line is 20. Okay, vertically now, well, this is one of the vertical lines, 16. Here's another one, we don't know how much this is, and this is 8. But now very quickly we can see that 8 plus something equals 16, and again, I'm sure you're all shouting at me saying, well, it must be 8. Okay, the next thing, this is the best fun of all, because now we have to choose a pen to decide let's choose this one, to work out the perimeter. So we will start just here. Oh, this is a green, this is supposed to be a green wax crayon. See what you think about this. So here we go. Let's go vertically upwards first. So that's 16. Add 11 is 27. Add 8, right, 27 add 8 is 35. 35 add 9 is 44. 44 add 8 is 52. So we're 52 here. And then add 20 to make 72. So what we do is we'll write 72 with the wax crayon, and then we do it all over again, and we will use a blue crayon this time, and we will start somewhere completely different. So we'll start just there, and we will go this way. So start with 8. So we go down that way, 8, and then along the bottom is 28. 8 plus 20 is, of course, 28. Add 16, so that's 38, 44. So 44 add 11 is 55. 55 add 8 is 63. And 63 add 9. 63 add 9. 63 add 9 is, of course, 72. So that's good. So we can go over that with a blue. And because we've got both answers the same, that's what the answer is. By the way, before we go, what did we get? Down here we got 63. So we've got 63 add 9 is 72. 63 and 9, those two numbers, what do you notice about those two numbers? 63, 9 and 72. So those three numbers. Have a think. Anyway, goodbye.